Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Welcome to Family Funday Friday. Today, we're going to be playing a new game that's on Kickstarter currently called Noir, a denouement game. It's a storytelling for 3 to 6 detectives. Now, I love this box. So you have the little box with all the instructions and everything included. It's not just your normal tuck box. So on the back of the box it says, Noir is a denouement game for 3 to 6 detectives that lasts a few minutes per round. And the denouement mechanic is a special type of storytelling game where the key elements of the story's events are determined by the game. Then the players must weave them together in the most inventive ways. So, in this game, you become a super sleuth in the rain-soaked streets of a noir thriller. Use your imagination to investigate one of 57,000 possible murders. Tie together the means, motive, and opportunity of the killer. This game, it was designed by Kedrick Winks and art by Lupa Shiva. And there might be a giveaway, so if you like giveaways or you like what we talk about today, make sure you stick around to the end. So you open this box up, and straight as you open up, it gives you the setup of the game. It says select a player to be this round's judge. You know what? We selected you, the audience, and this is for your giveaway, so remember that. So we selected the audience to be a judge. It does not matter who, but it is you. Each player will get the chance to be the judge before the game ends. But not this time. No, not this time. It is just you, the humble listener. And all other players are detectives for this round. This round, the detectives are me, Gamer Leaf, my daughter, Princess Leaf, as well as my son, Barbarian Leaf. The judge, or in this case, because you're not here to shuffle, we'll go ahead and take care of that element for you. But we shuffle all the cards and deals 3 to each detective, or to us, and 3 to themselves. I'll go ahead and handle your cards as you cannot be here today on Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf. Then the judge, you, or me in this case, selects 2 of the 3 characters from the backs of the cards in their hand and places them on the table. The judge designates 1 to be the killer and 1 to be the victim. Then you open the box further and you got number 2. It's really nice. I love this box. I can't get through how awesome this box is compared to the tuck boxes. I didn't know it until I opened it up. I guess you wouldn't either. But anyways, the detectives now take 1 minute. I'll have a timer on my phone for us detectives to be timed by the judge, you, to decide on a rough story of how the killer committed the crime using one of the means of their cards, one of the motives on a different card, and the opportunity from the remaining. Then each detective lays down their 3 cards in front of them in such a way that they read from left to right: means, motive, and opportunity. And then after that, let's see what, So, one at a time, this is part 3, so as you pull the box open further, you get part 3 of the rules. One at a time, the order is not important. Each detective now tells the story they have created. The story must reveal how the killer killed the victim with the detective's chosen means, motive, and opportunity. The details beyond this are invented by the detective telling the story. Ideally, the story should be told in the manner of a great detective who has arrived at their rock-solid and ingenious solution. and is only now revealing it to the other members of the story. You don't have to wear a trench coat and fedora, but it's certainly encouraged. And I guess you can imagine if we're wearing fedoras and trench coats, that's on you. And then there's also cross-examination. At the end of the detective story, each player must ask one question about the story, and the detective must give the best answer they can. So, in this instance, in order for you, the detectives... Wait, you're not the detectives, you're the judge. So you, the audience, you yourself, whoever's listening right now, you're the judge. And in this instance, what we need you to do to win a copy, one lucky winner, or listener, I guess, one lucky listener, will win a copy of Noir, a Denouement game. But in order to do that, at the end of the detective story, you must go ahead and... So yeah, once each detective has told their story during this episode, the judge gets to judge, and this can be based on whatever criteria they choose. But there's a cross-examination. Sometimes they get befuddled. But anyways, at the end of the detective story, each player may ask one question about the story, and detective must give the best answer they can. So in order to do this, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and send us an email. I'll go ahead and get all those emails. So if you're trying to get a hold of Barbarian Leaf or me or Princess Leaf, whoever you think done it, or however you think, whoever has the best story, I need you to go ahead and ask one of us, the one you think with the best story, go ahead and ask us a question in regards to cross-examining us, or you can ask all of us a question. But either way, that question needs to come through email over at gamerleaf@gamerleafgo.com. That's kind of like Pokemon Go, but it's gamerleafgo.com. So go ahead and send us an email that way, and this way we can know what's going on. And then once each detective has told their story, the judge, you, the audience, must pick the best. This can be based on whatever criteria they choose. For instance, most dramatic, imaginative, or outrageous. Now return to the setup phase, but with a new judge, until each player has been the judge once. And seeing how you're the judge this time, we're just playing one round, me and the Leafs. But we'll go ahead and do that, and then like I said, go ahead and email us your questions over at gamerleaf@gamerleafgo.com and ask us a question about why we think who done it and how they done it. Anyways, let's get on with the game, shall we? So I will go first. I'm Barbarian... No, not Barbarian Leaf. I'm Gamer Leaf. Anyways, who we picked is the detective. He off the widow. So let's find out why. I'm a detective, and I'm trying to go ahead and this is a very tricky situation, as it's another detective in the midst of detectivism. So you don't want to ever point blame at a detective, especially if it's not true. But I'm a great detective, and I've done my detective work, and I know it was this detective that done the crime, and he has to pay the time. So he decapitated the widow, meaning he, well, it says no, not like the coffee you put, so not decaffeinated, but decapitated. Took her head off, clean off. It was a crime of passion. The female of the species is more deadly than the male. But why did the detective? He was actually... It was a woman detective, get that. So she was jealous of this widow. I don't know why. I don't know all the particulars. I'm still researching it. You can ask me a question about that. And she did it in public in broad daylight. Wow, she's an amazing detective. Because she knew she could cover her tracks. But little did she know that I was on the case. And I noticed this widow just laying there with no head. So I automatically thought. And then it was just a few days prior that this detective lady had come to me asking me if she could borrow a chainsaw. And some of the passerbyers in the park had said they saw this lady wielding a chainsaw dressed in her detective garb, in her trench coat and her fedora, cutting trees or whatnot. And next they knew, there was a widow, a headless widow, not the headless horseman, but a headless widow laying there in the park next to the tree that she'd been operating on. So that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, here's Princess Leaf's go at why the detective murdered the widow.
Fed to an animal, revenge, and on the train.
Okay.
Fed to an animal. It's the circle of life, baby. Revenge. Like Chief Jane Claude's Timson, a dish better served cold. And on the train. Looks like this chump didn't pay his fare. Or hers.
So, go ahead and tell us your story.
Okay.
How did it go down?
So the detective found a bear on the train. And the widow said, "Ha ha, I hurt you, ha ha." So he wanted revenge. So he fed her to an animal on a train.
That's all.
I'm sticking to my story.
Okay.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna love it, baby.
Okay, so you heard it here for Princess Leaf. That's what she thought happened. So the widow was fed to an animal, a bear in particular, on a train out of revenge. Okay, so the things that Barbarian Leaf got on his cards is the means of strangulation. This doll's neck's been wrung harder than a Miss Bobik's mop. And then motive, it was out of self-defense. Your Honor, he was looking at me funny, so I made a preemptive defensive strike. I clean forgot that I was holding the knife at the time. And the opportunity is after the sermon, after church. So, well, this should make the funeral arrangement easy.
So I'm going to stick to my story. This is going to be my story. So, there's a man at a restaurant that a person talked to, but he was angry at him, so he choked his neck so hard. But the other guy was self-defense. He was holding a knife still, and then he stabbed him 50 times. And then they went to the funeral and said, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." I will stick to my story.
Interesting. So, you be the judge. Who do you think, or why do you think the widow, how do you think that really went down? Why did the detective murder the widow, and how did they do it? Was it strangulation due to self-defense after the sermon, like Barbarian Leaf said? Was it decapitation, not coffee, but actually decapitated and cut her head clean straight off, as a crime of passion in a public in broad daylight, like I said? Or was it fed to an animal on a train due to revenge, like Princess Leaf said? So you go ahead and be the judge, and you will go ahead and send us an email, like we said before, at gamerleaf@gamerleafgo.com, and ask us questions so you can clarify and get a better story. You don't want the detective going to jail if he didn't do it. Remember, we detectives got to stick out from each other. So who did the best detective work? You be the judge, ask us questions or whatnot, and you have a lucky chance, depending, one lucky winner or listener will win a copy of Noir, which is a denouement game. It's a storytelling game in a film noir style that's currently on Kickstarter, and we'll give you until the 20th of July is when we'll make our choice. This episode is actually airing on Friday the 6th of July, but you have through the 20th of July, and this game launched on Kickstarter a little bit ago by Ghastly Games, and it's running until that same time, the 20th of July. So you don't want to snooze, or you might end up losing. And let's see here. The game, it only costs, you can get the whole sword story for like $7. Let's see, I want to say for $7 you'll get this reward. If you know what's good for you, it gets you a single copy of Noir and nothing else. Postage will be added at the fulfillment, but it will be a minimal at this very small game. And it's a very small game, but it's a very fun game, as you saw here. So if you like anything what you saw, actually, there are a couple things. There is a Playboy and a Showgirl that you may want to take out due to trying to be family friendly. The creator told us that, so that was exciting. But anyways, So go ahead and email us, ask your questions, and we can go ahead and the winner will win one lucky winner will win a copy of this great game that we liked. Now it's on to our reviews. Let's start with Barbarian Leaf. Barbarian Leaf, you just played a game, Noir, for Family Funday Friday. What did you think about it?
It was good.
It was good. So, did you like it?
Yes.
And would you back it on Kickstarter if
Yes.
we didn't have it? Great. Let's wait till I ask the question before you answer them. But what would you tell your friends about this, Barbarian Leaf?
It would be super fun if you played it.
Awesome. And how many leaves would you give it, Barbarian Leaf?
How many you can't count in your world.
Oh, boy. Anyways, what do you think about it, Princess Leaf? What did you think about the game?
I like it.
What did you like about it?
That the detective killed somebody.
Well, it could have been anybody. So, yeah, there you have it.
It could have been you.
Well, it wasn't me. It was the detective on trial. But anyways, would you play this game again, Princess Leaf?
Yes.
And would you back it on Kickstarter if you had your own money?
Sure.
And what would you tell your friends about Noir, a Denouement game?
It's a fun, fast-paced game, and also take out those people.
Cool, awesome. And how many leaves would you give this game, Princess Leaf?
As many leaves as a 4-year-old can count to.
Oh, just a 4-year-old? Anyways,
No, a 200-year-old.
Okay, so if you're a 200-year-old or a 4-year-old and can count, Princess Leaf would give it that many leaves. Anyways, my turn, I guess. I really like the game Noir that is currently on Kickstarter. What I really loved about it, it's a small game, and I love how the box, it's not just a regular tuck box, but it's actually a foldable box that has all the rules and the setup and everything of the game on it. It's really awesome. I can't wait to play this with my game group, to tell you the truth. Now, do you want to win a copy of Noir that's on Kickstarter? Once again, go ahead and send us an email, ask us questions about the different detectives' cases that we solved, and you be the judge. Send us an email with your comments, questions, or concerns about it, and we'll do our best to answer you, and one lucky winner will win a Noir, a Denouement game that's currently on Kickstarter. You have through the 20th of July when we'll announce the winner.
It's time for Kickstarter Corner. To begin now.
You heard us right. Time for Kickstarter Corner. Maybe you heard this episode previously. There was about 7 people that did, but it went out anyways via email subscription only without Kickstarter Corner. And so you can get these exclusive episodes before your friends by signing up for our mailing list over at GameReliefGo.com. But anyways, let's get on with it, shall we? So you probably heard about this one. It's getting really close to being ending. By the time you hear this, they have probably been close to their 48-hour mark. So definitely check out Dragonscales Fantasy RPG by James M. Ward and Stephen A. Lee. It's a new fantasy RPG based on James M. Ward's card system. Explore the Chromatic Kingdoms, the City of Concord, and the Great Rift Canyon. It's going for a little bit more. Ends on Monday, like I said before. It's a pretty cool card system from what I've been able to gander. And I love the art of this thing, so you should definitely check it out on the Kickstarters. And then next we've got Lunar 5000. It's a board game where players build and race in personalized spaceships. The Leafs played it and loved it, so you should try it too. When the dice hit the table, will you be in the winner's circle? Only one way to know. Back this great game on Kickstarter and start souping up your space ride. Yes, sirree, Bob. So let's get this project funded. It's only going through, the 12th of July, next Thursday. So you better back up on this one and check it out. If they don't make it, I hope they relaunch, but hopefully they'll get it. Next, we've also played this one just recently. We'll be coming out with the preview pretty soon here. But Out of Sorts. It's a game for creative kids of all ages. It's a beautiful laser cut engraved mix and match game designed to encourage creativity, imaginations, and tons of fun. They're over halfway funded, going for another couple weeks. They're ending Thursday, the 19th of July. Definitely check it out. We previewed the robot version, and I lost nonetheless. And they also have an animal one. These are, like they said, beautifully laser cut. I can verify they are. Oh, wait. That's a cool GIF. And I guess there's two different boxes, and you can connect the animal and the robot box. Wow, that's awesome. Almost, yeah, so that's pretty cool. Or you can design your own set for $299. Wow, that's a pretty cool project. I really like it and believe what they're doing. I can't wait to play that game and do the preview and bring that to you. Next, we have Vikingjarl, the board game. It's an exciting strategic board game about Vikings, Norse mythology, warfare, trade, and building settlements, made by Norwegian Vikings. And we actually had one of these Vikings, Richard, on the show. So definitely go back and listen to that. It aired on the 4th of July. So yeah, check that out. That was a cool preview or interview with Richard. I really liked it and enjoyed it. Next, we've also interviewed this gentleman, the creator from Delirious Games. It's Snag the Flag. Get moving and laugh it up. Are you ready to make fitness fun and turn game night into an action-packed laugh fest for all ages? Well, check out Snag the Flag. It's only $30 and free shipping. I believe that's in the United States probably. And you've got 19 days to get on this one, ending the 25th of July. They're over halfway funded, so let's make this game a reality. Gaming with Edo actually did a preview of this game, and so that's pretty cool. That's how cool it is. He liked it. Next, are you going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey in mid-October? If so, or even if not so, definitely check out bringing HLG Con to the next level. If you're going to be there, check this out so you can go check out High Level Games, as they're hosting a convention in Atlantic City. And they want to have the best material on hand to create an awesome experience. So yeah, definitely check out this one by High Level Games. And like I said, if you're not going to be there, you also want to check it out because you can get some pretty sweet advertising deals so people can find out all about your stuff. So definitely check that out. And then, let's see here. Next, yeah, so check that one out. And next, we've got Crown of Aragón. The Leafs are going to be previewing this game as well as we're going to go ahead and have the creator of this game on the show relatively soon. So that'd be cool. Yeah, check it out. It's got 3 more weeks. And yeah, just to tell you a bit about it, it's a 2-player card game of political, military, and economic area control that can be played in about 15 minutes. So check that one out while you're on the Kickstarter. And then this one, we just barely had this episode on yesterday morning it released. Or, wait, I'm trying to think here. No, it released this morning. So if you watch your podcast apps and you are listening to this episode right now, you probably heard my episode with Tim, the creator of Kingdoms of Erden, King of the Mountain Dwarven expansion, because we talked to Tim and had that on the podcast this morning. Anyways, in this game you collect faction members and dominate the mountain in this fantasy set collection strategy card game. It's for ages 10 plus, and for 2 to 5 players it takes about 15 to 45 minutes. I really enjoyed that episode talking with Tim, so go back and listen and see what you think. This project, it goes through the 3rd of August. So yeah, definitely check out this Kickstarter going through the 3rd of August like I just barely said. Next, we've got from Black Key Games, Joust for Fun, a historically inaccurate card game. Now this one looks hilarious and awesome. They funded in 72 hours, and so they're going for their stretch goals. Right now they're at $11,887 out of $10,000. And I want to say they're going for stretch goals every $2,000. So let's help them get up there. We got to get just a couple more backers and we should be there. But let's see here. I can find out for you. There's add-ons and all kinds of things. So stretch goal number 1 is they're going to come out with a new knight and court cards ×2. So definitely check this out, this stretch goal. And they said every $2,000 they're going to go ahead and release those. So definitely get checking out Jowls for Fun, the historically inaccurate card game that's currently on the Kickstarters. Next, you want to check this one out? Well, you can, but not to fret. You can't back it yet. But let me tell you why. Because it launches on the 10th of July, which is next Tuesday. So you'll want to be watching your Kickstarter. But you could also do something else. You can go ahead and click the link in the show notes. And there's a little button on the top left-hand side underneath the name of the game. It says Notify Me on Launch. I would encourage you all to click that button. Notify Me on Launch. Why am I telling you this? Because this great game, maybe you have too many games in your collection. If you do and you don't want to add to it, don't click that button. But if you like games, I would recommend you click that button for this game. Reason being, well, let me tell you about the game first. It's called Clustered. It's a 2nd edition. It's a strategic card game. Battle your opponents by placing cards with matching attributes next to each other. Can you out-strategize everyone to win? It's a 5 minutes to learn, 30 minutes to play. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 7 plus. Now, here is the reason I told you to click that button called Notify Me on Launch. If you're the ones listening right now and you want to do this, the first 500 are free. You heard me right. Pledge $1 or more and be one of the first 500 backers, and you get Clustered, the 2nd edition, for free. Wow, that's amazing. And it ships to anywhere in the world. Their estimated date of delivery on that one is October 2018. And then there's digital copies and all kinds of stuff. Oh, you won't get a box. I know Princess Leaf was pretty concerned in the last one. But you get the game without a box. But how cool is that? You could always just back it for the box and get the box as well. But anyways, check it out. Let's go ahead and show a little love to this project. And get a free game out of it. What do you say? And let me know. Let Gamer Leaf know if you've gone ahead and click that notify button, and if you become one of the first 500 backers, I would be curious to know how many fans of Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf actually did that. Or go ahead and tell the creator, comment on the post and let him know. We're going to have the creator on the show after launch, of course. Well, maybe not even. Maybe he'll be on right before launch. We'll have to see how it goes down. Anyways, it's our least favorite time, your least favorite time. Well, not so much anymore because you can always get another episode pretty soon thereafter. But anyways, in the meantime, how about you guys go ahead? Well, yeah, it'll be a least favorite time for now because we probably won't have another episode coming out until what? Well, maybe we can have some on Saturday or whatnot for you. But until then, let's go ahead and get geeky, stay geeky, and bring others into Geekfold. How about that? Anyways, Gamer Leaf out.
Game over. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf and Dreams are respawned.